that too loud? It's far too loud for me. Oh my god. Why? Why so loud? There we go. That's better. Whew. Right, I'm going to grab my cup of tea from downstairs and then we'll be ready. Let's move my microphone so it's slightly closer to my face mouth. Ah, perfect. Bring that up there. Close that. Do we need to launch Star Citizen yet? Maybe in a minute. Clickety click. Huh. Huh. Oh, my face. Oh. Get some. Go ahead. Got some of this. Grab this. Game glass. Oh, maybe the game glass there, because that strokes my ego. 1 second. I'm just grabbing some Star Citizen stuff from my bag. Oh shit! I got a sock. No. Oh no! I damaged it. Oh, worst CitizenCon ever. Business cards. Oh, I did get a challenge coin from someone. I'm not sure what if this is official merch or not. Is this official merch? That looks official. Cool. That. I got. Oh yeah, you are. You're not a little boy. Well, let's show this stuff off. Perfect. Oh, right. Let us turn this down slightly. There we go. Perfect. You might still be able to hear it. You probably will be able to. Let's make my face happen. Is that my face? That's my face. We've got new B-roll. B-roll from not 2 years ago, but from 2 days ago, or a few days ago. Some days ago. Oh, my voice is still a little bit broken. So you'll have to sort of bear with me. Apologies if you can't hear me properly. I do love you all very much. Well, some of you, I don't know. But I know, like what? Maybe 100 of you in total. Like I've met you now. There's so many people at CitizenCon. Oh my god. So the day before CitizenCon, I arranged a Bar Citizen with the help of Joe ran. I selected some venues which looked good and had some good reviews. They were all next to the official Bar Citizen, and they were very successful throughout the day. It went really well. I retreated to my venues and Peaky Blinders in the evening because the official one was too expensive for me alcohol-wise. I'm super thrifty. I can't justify £7 on a bottle of alcohol. So nope, I'm out of here. See you later. Yeah, there's loads of devs here and people having fun, but I'm going to my cheap venue. Stayed up there with a load of cheapskates. Thanks, guys. And it was good. I had a great night. I saw a lot of people on the Friday. I'm sort of taking the piss lightly. And it was a good night. And then on the day of actual CitizenCon, it was fantastic. I woke up with a little bit of a hangover, not a huge one. I saw some of the Matadors guys drinking a lot, and they didn't turn up for the first good few hours of CitizenCon. They weren't there until like late in the day. So you need to, I can drink them under the table. You remember that. You remember that. Got some business cards which you can't see because they look like ghosts, but they're cool for my BoredGamer stuff. It was a good night. It was a really good night. Yeah, but on the CitizenCon day, really, really interesting stuff, and I'll get into it in more detail throughout the day and chat a bit more about it. But huge queue. Some people have been there from like 8 a.m, potentially even earlier than that. The doors didn't open until 11. I got in just before 11. They allowed me to be press. Now, that didn't translate to much beyond not having to wait in a queue, which is probably the best thing ever, and getting a press like wristband, which meant that some people that were told to keep other people out of certain areas didn't know what to do with me when I was like just showing off this wristband. They're like, oh, okay. So I didn't abuse that too much, but I got to talk to some devs, but effectively I was there just as a normal backer. I just got in slightly earlier. Lots of other people used their press pass to a lot more effect, and there was a little press area for us to do interviews and stuff with devs. I was just running around chatting to as many people and as many devs as I could. And I have 81 pages, I think I counted. It might be more than that, of A5 pages of notes. just of notes that I collected. I've got some footage. I'm not sure how great that footage is going to be or the audio is going to be on it. We'll have to wait and see. But I've got a lot of stuff to do a lot of videos with, so I know a lot about various things that are coming up. Some of the stuff that I'm not 100% sure on, like I talked a little tiny bit about Squadron 42 with some devs, although I think that was talk to me a little bit in confidence. Anything I'm not sure about, or that's either way, like I'm not sure if I should have been able to know this. I'll have to realistically poke CIG with and say, is this okay? I don't want to get anyone in trouble, basically. It's not a sort of like, I purposely avoid CIG's like gifts and things like that they give to content creators. I stay out of any promotions like that because I don't want to be on like a list of people that they trust to say what they want, and not like have that list. But you know, companies do that. I mean, like the reason the reason they take you to Gamescom or whatever, or wine and dine you, is because they want that to affect your review potentially. They want to make sure you're well treated. So I'd rather not be blacklisted either by doing something naughty or saying something that they're like, can't trust him. I'd rather not be on any list. I'd rather be a normal backer that just happens to be able to talk about Star Citizen as they want. I know lots of people call me a shill or fanboy or whatever, but I think I'm at least reasonably neutral when it comes to all the Star Citizen stuff. I mean, I'm a massive fan. I fucking love Star Citizen. What I mean is I see stuff that I don't like. I'm not going to defend CIG ever, unless I think they need defense because people are being unreasonable. But it's not my job to defend CIG. Yeah. So I'll have a quick look through the chat, see if there's anything that I can answer quickly here. But then I want to talk about a load of different things. CitizenCon was great. I appreciate everyone just turning up. That's very, very cool. Got a load of people watching. 250 already. Cool. Yes, I have recovered my voice somewhat now, but it was terrible on the Sunday when I got back. It was I had to gargle aspirin and honey and lots of stuff. I'm drinking hot tea as well, which really helps. Oh my god, it helps. I was really impressed with the presentation at the end of the day. Some stuff I was sad about with CitizenCon. Sad we didn't see Titan suits. I was hoping to see them. Squadron 42 stuff. No Squadron 42 stuff at CitizenCon. So I don't know what they're doing with that. Maybe they're going to be showing some stuff later in the year, or starting to show it a lot more next year. I would expect Squadron 42 to potentially be out within the next... Well, I would expect it to be out in the next 18 months. Yeah? That is my expectation, but I think they need to start pushing that out, and they need to start doing an advertising campaign for it. So that was one of the big things I was wrong on for my expectations of CitizenCon. But I think we hit most of the other stuff relatively accurately. And it's not just like, it wasn't just my thoughts. I mean, from February onwards, February earlier this year, it looked reasonably obvious to me that they were going to build out the star systems in such a way that would have Pyro or Magnus or both first, and then build towards the Odin system. Port Olisar getting imploded, getting destroyed, that wasn't something that happened either. Lots of rumours about that were going around, so I was like, well, I can subscribe to this rumour. But that wasn't correct yet. However, we don't know what the broadcast was in 3.7.1 around the thingamajigs, around Port Olisar and around the verse that had them talking about Citizens of Stanton, a Grave Injustice. So maybe that's going to be some missions and stuff in 3.8. Yeah, so I was a bit upset about the Anniversary Expo this year because they haven't, or at least have not as yet, shown off grey box or vehicles that aren't necessarily flyable but are in various stages of production. So last year we saw like the F8 Lightning, we saw the F7A, we saw an Idris, we saw the 300 rework, stuff like that, and we saw the Hawk that was being built out and things like this. That was really cool to see in the Expo Hall. At the moment, they've just got all the ships that are flyable that you can rent, and it's great. It's great as an in-game event get people involved in Star Citizen, but it doesn't give much to long-term backers that are wanting a bit more. I wanted to see the sort of like updates and progress of ships. I like the Jax McCleary, sort of like little nods to Top Gear things they're doing, but I'd rather actually see, personally, a little 15-minute panel with John Crew and people talking about the ships they're working on with each of the manufacturers. Do you know what I mean? Servers were dying all day, were they? That's upsetting to hear. I haven't actually been playing much Star Citizen since I got back. I've only been spawning at Area 18 and going to the Expo Hall and maybe doing a quick lap of ArcCorp nearby. There are many secrets in my book. Well, maybe not that many secrets. I was pretty good this year. Like, people were quite forthcoming with information they knew they could give. Nothing about Squadron 42 at CitizenCon this year. Though it might be that they want to focus CitizenCon on being for Star Citizen's persistent universe, which is possible. It's possible they had nothing to show there for Squadron 42, or it's possible they're gearing up for something for Squadron 42. I'm a beautiful potato. I do appreciate all the love. Anyone that's here that actually met me at CitizenCon, thank you very much for coming to chat to me and shaking my hand. And I was trying to, you know, talk to as many people as possible. I fucking absolutely loved it. Even though I was exhausted and knackered. Did I hear you write another video? Oh, money earned isn't reset anymore. No, so it's going to be reset for when 3.8 starts. So 3.8 comes out mid-December. That's the plan. Bang! Your money's reset. From 3.8 onwards, they don't necessarily need to reset money anymore, especially within minor releases. They've got platform persistence. They said that this should potentially allow them to keep your Alpha UBC and Alpha UBC purchases between major patches as well. So that's what the plan is. The only worry they genuinely had about that was there might be bugs with saving and copying the databases across. They might change some stuff on that, which might cause them to need a release. There might be exploits that require them to have a reset. All that sort of stuff. So there are still going to be the need for resets. It should happen significantly less. And it's possible that they might not have another reset for Alpha UEC and Alpha UEC purchases and ship purchases until they go to live UEC. But I would expect just much less in the way of resets. Oh my god, my head is... I've actually turned down my white balance, so I'm less shiny than normal. So, the way I see it, Star Citizen's persistent universe, it's built to be a live release game in sort of... They're building a game for 4 years' time, is the way I'm looking at it now. Looking at the tech and looking at what they're doing. There's a lot of stuff that they've been pushing towards. Like, by the end of next year, they're going to be very close to server meshing, and they plan to have, obviously, all the server-side object container streaming, which they're putting in 3.8 now, which is awesome. But the new Pyro system. Having the Pyro system in next year suggests to me that they'll have optimizations, even if they don't have server meshing version 1 out, to allow for that system. Obviously, the demo they were showing was running server-side object container streaming, and that was one of the things that allowed them to have a jump point and another system. Potentially. Apparently it was all physicalized. I was chatting to the dev afterwards. It wasn't faked in the same way. The Pyro system was reasonably empty, but it wasn't a fake system. Yeah, we'll jump into the game in a bit, and we'll have a look at the Anniversary Expo. Have a bit of a chat about that. You're going to be able to start getting all the stuff in-game. Like, you can rent all these ships and everything. You can get it in-game now, though. Like, if you've got money to burn, or you've got money you want to effectively donate or chuck at Star Citizen, help support the project, you've got a dream ship you want, and you've already got a solid PC, then by all fucking means, put some money into Star Citizen. But it's something you can also buy in game. Don't ruin the game for yourself by buying everything either. So that's just my suggestion there. Shite. Thank you very much. Get to the real meat of this year. Tony Zorovik's panel. It's truly upstaged the keynote for me. He takes no crap from no one. Thanks, bud. I need to watch Tony Zorovik's panel a couple more times. So Tony Zorovik looked at the economy, dynamic missions, simulation of NPCs, effectively everything from everything in subsumption, and how that's going to build the game and how they're going to have all this dynamic stuff working together. And it's really important to understand. I will get a summary up of it probably tomorrow. So Star Citizen always calls himself a sandbox, and seems to go more and more towards sort of sci-fi Second Life ideology. But I wonder, will there be anything for players to create instead of just roleplay? There's going to be lots of creation of stuff. I mean, what do you mean? You're going to have to build outposts, you're going to have to build organizations, you're going to have to do lots of missions and your stuff with the economy and stuff that you do with other players and missions you take and all that stuff will affect the universe. You're going to have elections and there's going to be loads of social intrigue. But yes, it is certainly pushing towards a Second Life in space, giant scale sandbox game with a huge amount going on with it. So it's like a Second Life crossed with Eve in first person. Hope you have fun at the dentist, Vanderman. Is he just rambling to himself again? Probably. That's what I always do. Any chance the Saber Comet will be on sale on the Aegis Day? Let me just tell you 1 second. I have detail of load of the ships that are going to be on sale. I suspect it will be. Yes, Saber Comet should be. It's on this page. Let me link it for you. Oh. Why does this thing freeze up? Bam. There we go. Anything I can do here? No, it gets slow. This thing gets slow. Okay. Oh no. Now I've broken it. Bear with me 1 second. Do you know or think if Planet Tech V4 will have a visual impact on ArcCorp? Yeah, so the Planet Tech is lots of extra stuff as well, including effects and stuff on the planets and better resource efficiency. Obviously, the assets and procedural generation in general will be improving as well with Planet Tech V4, but it should improve lighting and fog and ground tech and lots of other stuff as well that will be used at ArcCorp, even though it is mostly city-based. No information on the Redeemer. I did ask, no one could tell me anything. Well, no, I didn't get anything that was...
Morning all. Enjoying your CitizenCon coverage at BoredGamer UK. Keep up the good work.
Boy Dark, thank you very much for the love, and thank you very much for the sub. Very much appreciated. I'm glad you're enjoying my coverage, such as it is. What was the best of CitizenCon? So, the Tony Zorovic panel, I need to watch properly. I didn't actually watch it at CitizenCon because I was tired. I was like, I'm not absorbing this. It will literally push information out of my head. But for me, it was meeting people. I got to meet be at a fan fest, have some drinks, chat to a load of nerds about game I love, get to meet a load of people, and I love the community for this game. It is fantastic. And I have a light celebrity status, which means I don't have to buy a drink ever, which is fantastic. I also found a turtle which said on the bar saying please turn over, and we were allowed to keep the turtles if we found them. William Jonkler, the mastermind of the turtle idea I had. But oh my god, the people that were the volunteers, they had been working a long time. They sort of like had 100 volunteers they wanted, and 51 turned up and were appropriate for what they needed. So they were very overly worked, very tired, doing amazing stuff, very focused, very hardworking people. It was fantastic to meet them, but I was like, I feel so sorry for these people because they look so exhausted. You could run a Starfarer as a solo player, potentially. It is quite a big ship, so maybe you'd want to run it with an NPC crew or something as well. I don't think solo players should consider being solo all the time. Utilize an organization, get involved with grabbing party members in the future. There'll be boards and stuff that you can do that with. What are your thoughts on selling the C8X after having the Pisces be the snub of the Carrack since the start? More money for the same ship, but better, could look like a money grab. I mean, they are. Hyundai, Houdini, they are. Honeydew, that's the one. Lol, lol, lol. Honeydew, so they are trying to make money for Star Citizen. A lot of when they sell ships, it is a money grab. But it's not money grab to then just, line their pockets with. They're using it to then make the game. So they have a marketing team that's purpose is to work out how to make money out of ship sales. So the fact they've got a variant of the Pisces, I'm not upset with. And I'm glad that you can upgrade the Carrack to have the version of the Pisces with the 2 extra guns. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I would hope that it would only be like a tenner, but it's $20. It's a little expensive. But I demand justice for Hornet owners. This CitizenCon would have been the perfect time to show a reworked Hornet series. Yeah, I was hoping that we would get some ability to use the customization system a bit more. I got a load of challenge coins this event, so this is one that the Jump Club gave me. Good chaps. I got someone. I'm not sure if someone made these or if these are official Star Citizen ones. These are official Star Citizen ones. Oh, they appear to be official Star Citizen ones. I've got the more metal-y version looking for this. This one's white and black. Cool. I got a proper CitizenCon 29.49 challenge coin as well, quite a meaty one. Got a load of random merch and stuff from speed conversion charts from various orgs like AdCap and people like that. Flight manual, which is really, really, really in depth in them. Oh god! Oh no! Look, it's got weird stuff. I don't know what's going on with that. Got a goodie bag and a letter from Game Glass. I want to thank you all you've done for Game Glass. They basically said they love me. I talked to Andy Lee from Game Glass about what they've got planned for the future, and they're looking at doing some cool stuff with Game Glass and Star Citizen. I talked to Andy Green from My Radar, and they're going to allow people to share locational data from their Star Citizen weather /planet app. And I think they've got some stuff planned for CIG in the future they weren't allowed to tell me about. He is an absolute legend of a man, and very, very buff. If you ever meet him, you'll know who he is, because he's very buff. I got a signed picture of Jax McCleary. Thanks Jax. I wonder who signed his name for him. Or if it's the actual voice actor. What else did I get? I've got the schedule for the day, which is pretty cool. And you can see the map. They had a sort of like... Okay, I feel like I smell burning, but it's actually this. Which is good. It's the ink on that. So they had inside CitizenCon, as you walked up the elevator, there was some like cool point of sale, like hologrammy type glassy things showing the stats for the Pisces. There's lots of cool screens and stuff. And then they had a giant ice sculpture of a Carrack. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then you go in and there's a lot of cool stuff there. As soon as I walked in the door, I saw Theatres of War, and I just ran over to a table because they looked like they had a clipboard, and I was like, "Is there something to sign up for?" And they went, "Yes." I was like, "I wish to sign up for this," and everyone that was behind me, because I was like one of the first people in the door, went, "Oh!" Just started signing up, and I had within the first like half an hour, all of this stuff was booked out. So Theatres of War was what we were signing up for there, which is the new high-octane gamer mode, which is basically Battlefield Rush, sort of like objective-based 20v20, but at the scale of Star Citizen, with Star Citizen weapons and vehicles and planets and space stations. So it was pretty cool. I get to play that at the beginning of the day, and yeah, really rough, needs polish, huge amount of potential. Really see that working. The frame rates weren't great. It was sort of like 30 to 40 sort of frame rates. But once they got a bit of polish, once the game mode's got a bit of balance, once they get that stuff refined out to make it slightly more actiony rather than some of it was quite clunky. As soon as they get that polished, great. But even at that sort of early stage, it looked fantastic. And they're planning to get that out and playable to some extent, whether it's just PTU and Evo, early 2020. So very much looking forward to that, quite genuinely. It wasn't game mode that I didn't ask for, nor did I think I wanted, but I was like, oh, this could be okay. In CitizenCon, they didn't say anything about Squadron 42. Were you able to hear something? I've got some notes about Squadron 42 stuff, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say. Do you think from here on out, every Expo ship will have 10-year insurance? Yes, I do. Chill for yours, Honeydew. Yes, I think Expo sales will now have 10 years insurance. It's a way that CIG can go, not selling lifetime insurance. It's lifetime insurance. It's 10 years. It's not lifetime, but it is. It's not. Did any of the devs bring up to you that they knew you, were trying to get them drunk, and they were wary of you? Not really. I mean, they're all aware of what they can and can't say. They'd been briefed, clearly. I had a good drinking session with a couple of them. I get on with a lot of them. I had a lot of them really like shaking my hand and thanking me. I had a lot of them stopping off and said, "Do you have any questions for me?" I was like, "Yes, I do. Can you tell me? What are you not allowed to tell me?" Be aware that if you say anything's NDA'd or secret, that's cool. I won't put it in my notes necessarily, but I'll be aware of that. I think that's right. So I will respect the stuff that I said to them and they said to me. However, there's a lot of stuff that I found out that is fine to talk about, from prison gameplay content to the evolution of that Theatres of War mode, to some stuff they're working on mission-wise, to a lot of elaborations and extra information on all the stuff that was shown at CitizenCon. I'm very upfront with stuff like, look, come on, tell me the stuffs. Ask a little bit about Vulcan support. This sounds like legitimate journalism. I was legitimately there and talking. I am... Can you be a journalist if you only cover one thing and like one game? Just a Star Citizen fan that's cover Star Citizen. Not really legitimate undercover journalism or digging beyond Star Citizen, but I do appreciate the love. Thank you very much. Oh, people have sent me lots of fucking money. Gosh Josh. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for the content. So excited for the Carrack. Yes, you are going to have to be waiting until February 2020 for the Carrack. That is a big unfortunate. Oh, no way. But still going to be in the 3.8 branch. Very disappointed about the Carrack, but did very much like the what they showed of it at CitizenCon. Daniel, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Love your face, much appreciated. I haven't even got a message, but I appreciate you. Lidicote, thank you very much. How do you feel about the new character design? I was really let down, and the exterior at least lost a lot of the character in the previous iterations. I'm glad that it has some form of physicalization I can look at and go, ooh. I quite liked it. I'm sorry if that's upsetting to some people. Wait until it's in our hands and see what it's like, would be my suggestion. Feel free to comment that you don't like it or you liked these intakes better, even if they change the colours and that sort of stuff. I understand that some people wanted the larger intakes and the sort of like the rear silhouette almost of the ship, and they would have preferred done a different way. They've done the original concept way. So there There might be a little tweakage they can do with some of this stuff, but I really liked what they had there. Bob Smith, I watch all of Thingamajigs. Blinky ATX, but it's Butcher, isn't it? Blinky ATX. I haven't watched it. I know he was interviewing people at the Austin meetup, so I'll have a look at his stuff later. This year, a lot of amazing things were revealed for the future of Star Citizen. Yes, most of it within the next 12 months. That's the joy. I think that's what they want to do for CitizenCon. They want to do things that are within the next 12 months. But somehow CitizenCon did not feel as hyped as the past years. That is true. I think that's because they're doing stuff that's more tangible and stuff that's within the next 12 months. So it's harder to do stuff that's mega hype because of that. They didn't go, and here's all the Vandal capital ships attacking each other. I mean, I wish we had seen a big capital ship battle, to be honest, but I enjoyed my grape juice and a ridiculous amount of alcohol that I drank. Thank you very much. It was very much appreciated. Any idea what next month's subscriber goodies are? No, I don't know, actually. It could be something CitizenCon related. It could be the Hollow Skull would be cool. Well, I do know that they needed to get the shaders done for that a little bit better or something. You can only get one ship, get an Avenger Titan. That's pretty... I mean, that's good advice. All you need to start a ship, but a Titan is a little tiny bit more, and it is an amazing ship. Stream of failure to report when. I think we might be too abrasive to each other's personalities. I think we take the piss out of each other too much. Maybe, I don't know. I'm willing, I suppose, to stream with anyone in the future. I think everyone's entitled to their opinions, to be honest. As long as people are civil. At worst, people in the community that are seen as overly negative, shall we say, they, the very worst, at least bring up some good points and ideas sometimes. Yeah? I think that's quite genuinely honest. Are they going to do one last wipe when 3.8 goes live? Yes, definitely a wipe with 3.8 live. And then... there still might be wipes in the future, but they will have platform persistence. So minor patches shouldn't need a wipe, and hopefully major patches won't, but it's going to be based on if they see problems. Do you expect a surprise for the Expo? I would like to see the Idris again during the Aegis Day. I would like to see some more surprises. We know, well, I was expecting the mole to go on sale on the Argo Day, but it was suggested on Twitter that that's not the case, that they're going to sell the Argo mole closer to 3.8's release. The Argo mole is this multi-mining, it's got a great picture of it. It's teased in the book. But it's a medium miner with 3 mining laser turrets that can be multi-crewed together. So you've got a crew of 4 pilot and these 3 mining laser operators. And I really like that idea. And then obviously in 3.8 it's got loads of new mining gear as well for ships. So should be quite cool for that. We've got the Kraken Privateer as well as a new ship, which is basically Modular Shop's space station version of the Kraken. So Kraken Privateer, really cool ship. They also said that the shops on the Banner Merchantman will work in the same way, and that is that you will be able to set an archetype for the shop, be semi-modular, put the stock in, you set your prices, and then get an NPC that you hire to run the shop for you. I'm your favourite shill. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's what I'm here for. Jason Cattrall, thank you very much for the resub. 22 years, oh my god. I got to meet a load of content creators as well. J.O.B. Job, I love you. Thank you very much. I chatted to you at CitizenCon, didn't I not? Have you talked about what it means that they didn't talk about Squadron 42 at CitizenCon? Does it mean anything? Love your face. So I talked very briefly about it. So, yeah, I was effectively told that it was unlikely that Squadron 42 questions would get answered when I was going to go there. And they said interview anyone unlikely to be able to answer Squadron 42 questions. I do expect that Squadron 42 will have to have a release in 18 months. That would be my expectation, within 18 months. It's possible that they want to show Squadron 42 stuff later on this year, or start a marketing campaign for it next year even. But I was surprised that they didn't show anything for that. And I think that means that it's slightly further away than I expected. Not necessarily. I mean, we could see a 2020, end of 2020 release, but that's very optimistic now. I think more likely it's going to be sort of like by March 2021 sort of thing. But I've got some Squadron 42 stuff answered, very little, tiny bits. I'm gonna poke CIG about an office tour, so that I can look at new stuff that's coming up for 2020, but also Squadron 42 stuff to an extent, if possible. I know they're trying to keep a lot of that to their chest, new ships and new stuff. Yeah, so it was a bit of a shame we didn't see Squadron 42 stuff. I did get my my program signed by Aaron, Chris, and Brian. Good to see them all, actually. They were all running around working and saying hello to peoples. Sean Tracy's a legend as well. Chatted to him for a bit. Is that the 890 jump will be free to try this week? Yeah, on the Origin day. Have you noticed a drop off in your video comments since this month's giveaway is starter package? I personally abstained because I want newer players to get a cutty. Oh, that's very good of you, Death Factor. I just want more people to comment because it gets me more interaction on my videos. It's that the giveaway is effectively there to help drive people to want to comment, I suppose. So I will buy some stuff in the sale. I don't know what. We'll see how much the Kraken Privateer is going to be. I mean, or yeah, we'll have a look to see what we can do for next month. I mean, Argo Mole for next month might be a good shout. I think it's actually out in 3.8. Is VR support ever going to be a thing? Yeah. They want to get Vulkan integration in first, which they are working on, and then they can start to look at VR support. I would expect to see VR in Squadron 42 before it's in Star Citizen. It is planned to be a thing still. Which manufacturer is today? I'm not sure why I went a little bit South African, almost. So, at the moment, we have Kruger Intergalactic, Consolidated Outland, and Tumbrel Land Systems all today. Let me bring this. Why is this up here? This should be down here. Let me bring this up for you. So, manufacturers for today's thing. Got Kruger Intergalactic. So, it's just the P52 and P72. We've got... Oh. You can upgrade a Mustang Delta from any other ship to get 10 years insurance on it. That might be viable for me to put on my starter package. Maybe there's a really cheap ship I can upgrade one of my Auroras from. Probably should have done with the Pisces Day. So we've got the Consolidated Outland stuff. So in the future flyable stuff, we've got some limited hulls of the Pioneer from 750 to 800 based on whether you're war bonding it or not. Remember, you get the stuff in game. And it's not even available in game yet, the Pioneer. We've got all the Mustang variants other than the Omega, which was the AMD promotional one. And we've got the Grey Cat buggy. Consolidated Outland make the Grey Cat buggy? I thought Grey Cat made the Grey Cat buggy. Am I missing something? Where's Tumbrel Land Systems? Ah, there it is. And then we've got all the Tumbrels, of which there are quite a few cool ones. I really like the AA and the TR. I didn't actually see the AA in Theatres of War game mode, but I suspect that would be really fucking useful. Future drivable ones. The Tumbrel Rangers are cool. I really like the Tumbrel Rangers. Compact little bikes. But also the Tumbrel Nova tank. Now, I look at the prices of all these and go, I'll just get a tank. I love the Tumbrel Nova. Cool thing. And then we got some Star Citizen merch. I wasn't impressed with this year's merch. Like $90 for a button-up shirt. Look at this. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's cool, but on it to be embossed with gold and like blown to me by a falcon at $90. Eh? My tailored suit that I just bought only cost me 200 quid. Oh, I might want a hoodie, though. Oh, I might want a hoodie. Oh, god damn it. Official merch, mate. Merch. Merch. And I'm dumb. Oh, why am I dumb? But we'll have a quick look on the Expo hall in a second. Have a little walk-see around, I suppose. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. Like a lot of comments about how much people love me here. That's appreciated. Is it true or is a rumor that shirts we buy at the Expo will be on our account permanently? I don't know about that. I know you can buy the flare items separately. Sorry if you already addressed this. That's okay. Feel free to ask again. The Taurus, any word, any info, cheers. Nope. I even asked about it there, and they went, oh, there was some unexpected stuff with the Taurus, and we were working on the 890 jump. And the Carrack, I think, as well. Thank you very much, Nathi, very much for the stuff. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that's not how you say your name, but close enough, right? Do you think December will see Squadron 42, Titan Suits, and Vandal Attack All-Star and Area 18 as the end-of-year sale? Or as CIG kind of stopped doing end-of-year events? We could see something like that. I mean, we got the Squadron 42 vertical slice at the end of 2017. I think it would be amazing if they had a end-of-year sort of like, have a look at some cool videos, whether that be ship updates, whether that be a Squadron 42 update, whether that be something cool like the Titan suits, whether it be a 3.8's released and Portal Arcel's blown up. Magical's server-side OCS is going to be in 3.8 now, the V1 of it anyway, which is great. Oh my god, I'm like a million hours behind in chat, and my chat thing is semi-busted. Can you do an overview of the 3.8 roadmap? Yes, but I'll have to do it as a separate video. I'm not re-gearing my brain for it this stream. It's on my list of things to do. Do you think the mole will be the loner of the Orion? Yes, I do. It would either be that or the Starfarer in the short term. I think it would be the mole. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Did they say anything about the Polaris? Nope. I asked about the Polaris. I think... I'll see what it says in my notes. There are some... Yeah, there are some things I will talk about soon. I remember a long time ago they were going to have an event in December for Squadron 40D. Do you remember that? Yeah, so Batgirl and Montoya overheard some people talking last year about doing a celebration event or a release or a launch event in December of this year. So that's what they sort of like the rumor was. William Jonkler, what did you think about the production value at CitizenCon this year? Seeing that William was involved heavily with that, and as I saw him there at the event, he's like, "Yeah, we've done a load of this." I was like, "Oh, cool." I thought it was pretty good, mate. The only thing that I thought was not great, personally, was the ice sculpture of the Carrack, because I just looked at him and went, "What purpose does this serve? This is just expensive. You could have paid me to dance on a table for the whole event for the same price of whatever that frozen Carrack was. It was huge." I know you wanted extravagant. I know you wanted silly stuff. To like, look, this is an awesome event, and yeah, it had the wow factor, but it was just silly. I think I'm quite practical when it comes to stuff like that. Justin Atterbury, Atterbury, I think that's all right actually. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you very much, sir. Bob Mitch, I are jealous you ran off with Tortle. Missed one. Yeah. My little turtle friend. Little turtle friend. What else have we got here? Not sure if you missed it, but can you tell us what you heard about the privateer? Yeah, so it's going to have 10 shops, 8 shops replacing the main cargo area, and 2 shops replacing the Dragonfly base. The 2 shops replacing the Dragonfly base are private shops, sort of like behind closed doors, which you can give access to certain people if you want to. And the other 8 shops are more sort of like public shops. It's like on a plaza area. Each shop will be semi-modular, and you can choose its archetype, what type of shop it is. It's stock, so you can have like one like a Kasaba outlet, one like selling components, one selling munitions, whatever. And then you put the stock there. You rent an NPC or hire an NPC for each shop. There's 10 more habs in the ship as well, and it's basically a floating space station. That's the idea of it. It's got significantly less SCU than the standard Kraken. I think it was like around 700 to 800 SCU compared to the other ones 3,800-ish SCU. Very rough numbers in my head. I haven't got notes in front of me. Not sure if you missed it, but that's right. We just talked about that. Are the previous day ships going to be available from the 2nd to 5th of December? I believe so, but I also believe they're available now as well, aren't they? You can just go left and right in the... So let me show you, for example. If you want the previous day ships, you can go, oh, it's November the 26th. I'll go back a day. I'll go Robert Space Industry ships. And then I'll just buy the ships from the previous day. Oh, actually, I want the first day ships. Oh, I want to get I'm going to shop for Amber Aerospace stuff. Oh, all the ships are here. And the only thing that changes each day is sort of like a special flash sale ship, like the upgrade ship. And today it's you can upgrade one of your ships to a Mustang Delta using the CCU system to give it 10 years insurance on the new hull. But all ships bought during the anniversary sale, so if they've got IAE in the name, will come with 10 years insurance, unless otherwise stated. So some of them come with lifetime insurance. But typically with lifetime insurance, you should see... blah, 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 blah. Something like... includes LTI.
Tricksy little hobbitses.
Thank you very much, Negbroth. Much appreciated. What else we got? Like your tutorials, thought I'd check out your stream. I need to update them for 3.8 for sure. They've got their... CIG are doing better with the tutorial stuff now, I think. I'll have a look at it in a bit more detail. But they've got a community sort of like help hub now. They've got they're trying to get players to help other players with sort of like a veteran player system, things like that, requesting guides and that sort of thing. How much do you think the privateer will end up being? How much was the Kraken? A little bit more than the Kraken. 1 second. Let me have a look. So I'm gonna go to the pledge store, and I'm gonna go to ship upgrades. Got this like new ship upgrade system now. Not my ships, all ships. I'm gonna go down to where it says a Kraken. Why is the Kraken not listed here? Huh. Kraken's not listed there. How odd. Citizen Kraken. Resources and tools. 1650? Is that how much the Kraken was? Really? I can't remember how much the Kraken was. So on Star Citizen Tools, this is the Kraken's last cost is 1650 USD. which is expensive. Which to be $150 more is what my expectation was. Shit, son. It's expensive ships. Get in game. But I don't know, so. Now that we're getting ships with sort of hangars, the Carrack, can you spawn your small ship and rover there, or do you need 3 trips to the station to load up every time you spawn? Good question. They have been working on for a while the ability to spawn ships in ships as part of when you go to the ASOP terminal. So I'm not sure when that's going to be in game, but I would expect it to be very soon. As soon as you actually have them in your ship as well, they'll remain in there. So we will lose our Expo in-game merch of 3.8. I don't know that for certain, but I haven't heard anything about keeping it. Do you know if there will ever be access to special ships in game like the Heartseeker, Phoenix Emerald, etc.? So they do some like the Raven and AMD Omega. They do promo ships, special skins or loadouts or whatever for them. You'll be able to buy them off other players, as far as I understand it, the Phoenix Emerald and stuff like that. But some of the ships are supposed to be super rare. I'm overloaded on Star Citizen content. My brain is melting. Me and you both, buddy. Right, my chat thing has crashed again. Bear with me. I'm now almost 40 minutes behind in chat. Right, let's... Come on. Come on, chat program. Come on. Why? How is it? Have I run out of RAM or something? I've got 64 gigs of RAM. No, because RAM is good. Come on. Otherwise I will restart you. Alright, let's have a look at questions here. Oh, that's broken. Did they say when the economy simulation is going to be seen in game, or how it will be implemented? Iteratively and slowly over a certain amount of time. We'll start to see it on the roadmap in the not too distant future. You can see stuff with the dynamic mission system coming online already on the roadmap. I will do a better breakdown of that stuff though. When do you think exploration, the job, will be integrated in the game, and how is it going to be working? So I think with exploration, it's going to be lots of little modules of gameplay. The same with lots of the other sort of like gameplay roles. They put all of them together and it becomes an actual role. But it's going to be when we have better in-depth scanning. It's going to be when we have missions related to it. And when we can loot scientific things. It's when we can refine data. So it's like scientific finds. So plants and stuff like that. Put them in a lab. And crunch that into data, then do something with that data, then sell that data. It's going to be scanning down points of interest. It's going to be surveying. There's a huge amount of stuff goes with exploration versus and a little bit of science and all that sort of stuff. But in the shorter term, it's expanding the gameplay area, having more missions, having more points of interest, and scanning. Come on. Have you just probably crashed out? Oh. My chat program might have probably crashed, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't you fucking worry. I'm going to close that. I'm going to take questions the old-fashioned way. You think the mole will be $250 to $300? Possibly. I don't actually have a price on the mole. Yes, so I think a load of the volunteers were just absolutely dead, and rightly so. CIG should have board host the demo at CitizenCon 2020 and let Chris scream at the team over a channel not broadcasted to anyone. Keep on, bud. Thank you very much, GR. Very much appreciated. Love your face. Sidero, thank you very much for the money. Love your stuff as well, Sidero. Johnny Carter, thank you very much for the subscription as well. I love you all. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Yeah, so Tony Z's panel, I need to really plow through at some point. Crusader Industries is a sponsor of the Expo this year. No, it's Anvil this year. What else we got? Question was, do you think they'll improve the external detail as it seems to a lot of the antennas? The Carrack isn't finished yet. It's not going to be finished until February, so they might improve it somewhat. I suspect we'll also get a little few tweakies during the Vicardi phase as well. Should I upgrade my Mustang and use the Aurora? I like the Mustang more than I like the Aurora. I don't think you'll be in your starter ship for very long. You're very quickly able to rent or buy another ship. That's my suggestion. If you're looking to upgrade for an inexpensive amount, they'll give you a lot of benefit, then potentially look at the Avenger Titan as an upgrade. What do you think of the prison gameplay? I have not seen it yet, and I'm very interested. Just put out a video going all on about prison gameplay. I was there at the Locked Up panel. Was next to Caged Geek. Anyone remembers him? Good chap. He bought me a burrito from Torpedo Burrito. We sat at the front, and Luke Presley was hosting this panel. Had some prison gameplay to show us while talking about how prison gameplay, additional laws, all this sort of stuff comes together. And then afterwards, I talked to Luke at length about prison gameplay. So check that video out. It should have a lot of information there for you. You know anything about spacesuits at the end demo? Yeah, there's a specialist suit that gives you environmental protection for using on microtech and extreme cold environments. I believe that's the one that they are giving in the CitizenCon goodies pack. What else have we got? Any signs we'll get any more physical merch? They've been working on physical merch, and we shall see some more next year. Possibility of the Corsair brand sponsoring Corsair ship? Maybe. CEIG are able to quite easily get sponsors because people are quite liking their game now. It's starting to show some stuff, and it's hardware neutral. Their game is pretty hardware neutral. They can have Intel, AMD, Nvidia all sponsoring them, but they're not having proprietary bullshit put into their game. They're having Vulkan support, which is very hardware neutral. Great. I don't know how long I'm about to go on for today because it does hurt to talk. I can confirm that the C8 Pisces comes with Carrack, and the C8X is a better version with an additional 2 size 1 guns, so 4 size 1 guns total, and a white livery, so white skin. You can upgrade your Carrack to have one. Did I say Kraken or Carrack? Comes with the Carrack. Pisces comes with the Carrack, but the X version you can upgrade it to come with the Carrack. No news on the Drake Corsair. No, so the base Pisces is not supposed to have 4 hard points. It's a mistake. It's only supposed to have 2, as far as I'm aware. Is there some way to upgrade the ship that you already have to the same ship and reap the benefits of 10 years insurance? Melt the ship, rebuy it. Obviously, the prices might have changed, so bear that in mind. Argo moles for Origin Loner. Is it possible? Yeah, I think that's very possible. I do also like turtles. You own a Carrack? Yes, I own multiple Carracks, actually. I worked out they were going to go up in price, so I converted a load of my ships over to a Carrack. Carracks, Reclaimers, and... yeah. You think the Expo this year is disappointing? I think it's not as interesting for people that are already Star Citizen backers, in my opinion, like compared to last year, because last year we got to see a load of new ships. So yes, as in ships that weren't ready yet, and that's what I'd like to see again. I want to see the Carrack where it is at the moment. I want to see the Hull C. I want to see the Idris. I want to see a load of ships that... I want to see the Prowler as far as it is along in its grey box. Yeah, so Xylo was talking about some of the stuff that people were saying about the Carrack, and he said he was going to passed that on already, which is great. I was reasonably okay after CitizenCon. I did have a bit of a hangover on the Saturday morning, but that quickly went when I had coffee and got in, and got near the very chilly, frozen Carrack statue. Valentino Darga, what was the most interesting thing you heard from a dev that was not shown on the live stream? So I talked to Sean Tracy about his Octane game modes. I talked to Luke Presley. Talked to some ship designers. So I think the most interesting thing was some of the mission R&D stuff they're doing. So they do a load of R&D for the game, and they have some teams working on R&D, and they were like working on mission modules and ideas for missions that will be in like the dynamic mission system. And one of the things was logic puzzles. One of the things was interrogation of NPCs or things like that. So some of the cool stuff with that. Some stuff on some ships. Talking to the devs about some of the ships that they might make in the future. So there's the ground mining vehicle. There's the Xi'an cargo ship. There's a Devaran light fighter. There's a starter refinery ship, which was very popular. I talked a little bit more about devs about that. There's quite a lot, and there's pages and pages and pages of this to go through. That's not even so. My notebook questions are not the questions that I got together that people gave me to have answered, which I will have to do another video on when I've got through most of my CitizenCon sort of like list. I contacted CIG's concierge team regarding the chance to purchase the Idris, but unfortunately there is a long list of players. Do you think that CIG should give those players the first chance to buy an Idris or request limited ships before they are on the website? I think they should do it twofold. I think they should have a waiting list that they fulfill throughout the year for ships like that, and also have the sales where everyone's equal. You see what I mean? Because people didn't know that that's how the way you would have got an Idris otherwise. Do you see what I mean? So you do it bothfold. That's twofold. That's the way I do it. Yes, I am doing a plan. I am planning to do a list of a video on the list of questions I received. Yes. Did they show a new solar system? Yes. Only very briefly though. So we saw them go through a jump point. It's like a jump gate, which is more stable for a jump point. And then they went through the wake of the jump point. It's sort of like got some skill to it to some extent, or at least it's a little more tactile than just going AFK. And then they were in the Pyro System, which apparently was a real system, although it's a bit empty. It was genuinely real. And they showed another sun there, and space weather, and the fact that it's a flare stars causing sort of like disruptions around, and there was some sort of like gate structures there. So they showed a new system, but they didn't show any new planets or anything super tangible there beyond the actual star and the gate on the other side. What server format do you believe will be implemented with the first version of Server Mission? Do you think there will be a server list to choose from? Will there be regional servers? I would expect there to be regional servers still. Beyond that, I don't really know. Might be a server list. Might just sort of like try and put you in instances with your friends, because you'll probably be moving in server meshing. You'll be moving back and forth between servers. So server list might not be sensible beyond just joining a regional server. Was the AI landing in the demo just a script sending the ship from A to B, or was the actual AI doing it? I don't know. They said, so what they said was the AI are flying that ship, and it's on a path, it comes and lands, and it's like in a loop or something. Or it was for the mission or something. They said the AI could land and get off and on a ship in a loop. I think this was specifically for this mission. I did very briefly talk to was it John Crew about it? I talked to a dev about it, but I don't 100% know how faked or real the AI flying the ship was. But apparently it wasn't AI doing it. I did not dabble in a bit of CitizenCon cosplay. Space Sailor Moon. I do have my Japanese schoolgirl outfit still. For when Huntress paid me to dress up as a Japanese schoolgirl. Anytime you want to pay me thousands of pounds, Huntress, dress up as anything, I'll do it. Did you see Failure's massive rant about you on his live stream? No, I didn't. Why would he rant about me? I don't rant about him. Is he annoyed that I'm reasonably popular and say the right things? Pander to my audience? Yeah, thank you, thank you. He's entitled to his opinions. He can say what he wants, mate. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean he's not a whiny little whiny boy. Is it? I think that's what it is. As long as you're civil, I don't really care. I don't mind. And sometimes people have good points. Will we be able to open and close the Carrack's ramp or landing bay door from the pilot seat of the Pisces or Rover? I believe not. I don't believe that they want to have remote access. Stuff's like semi-tactile. Was there information on the exploration missions, like cataloguing animals, flora, or areas? Not really. That's the sort of thing they're going down, though. Anything that you can think of that would be a mission probably has been thought about by CIG. With Planet V4 having biomes impacted by temperature, humidity, did they verify that planets will have biomes dynamically impacted by seasons? No, they did not. They did not say seasons were a thing. I wonder if SOX is not on the roadmap for 3.8. Maybe very buggy PTU. We will pass that. What? So SOX is planned for 3.8. I said it at the CitizenCon demo, and I talked to them about it, and they said, yeah, looking good. Only the first version of it, though. Do you believe the beta of Squadron 42 will make its current deadline? It's possible. It's an internal beta, though. It's not going to be a beta that we have access to. Either Carty might have access to it, I suppose, potentially. It could make its current deadline. I would expect a little bit later, though. I mean, Q4 2020 for beta, maybe. But we'll have to wait and see. They are really working on Squadron 42. There's a huge portion of the studio working on it. So, should I melt my grey cat so I can get a grey cat with 10 years insurance? Yeah, you can. If you get the same amount of money out of melting it, why not? Board, can you talk about the UI panel a little? I have not watched it yet. I was busy on some of the things, doing some stuff, which I was interviewing some people and running around. What I understand, they are going to put a renewed focus on FOIP. FOIP and VoIP they want to have in the game properly. I think it's still doing the faceware cameras. There was a UI panel, yes. They talked about some mission crafting as well, I think, during it. But I've yet to watch it. I am reading all of the comments across any mediums that I can get, but my chat program broke, so apologies for that. Sorry if I asked already, is there a way to upgrade insurance on my Constellation purchased back in 2014? You would melt it and rebuy it, but you have to make sure that what value you get for melting it, just to sort of check that. The prices of ships change. Right. Just in case you missed it, thanks for another awesome AMA. Do you think we'll ever be able to buy ships like the Heartseeker and Phoenix in-game? From other players, yes. There will be lots of other customization options as well with aftermarket customization in the future that will make you go, well, it doesn't matter, I wasn't able to get that skin anyway, so. Any idea why there is no upper tier cockpit balcony on the holo table? No, I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure what that comment is either. Sorry. My voice is okay. It does hurt to talk a bit. you think the Theatres of War mode will translate into something akin to raids from WoW and Star Citizen? I think you're quite smart there, Maxphone. I think they will use it to test out mission balance quite a lot and what's fun objective-wise and to get a lot more balance to the game. So, yes, I do think that will aid in sort of like some of their mission creation, for sure. Oh, thank you very much. People chucking money at me. Can't see who it is yet. I can see that someone's chucked money at me, so thank you very much. Please get well soon. Thanks for all you do. I very much will. Thank you very much, Valentino. Love your face. Nick Dishkiva. Nick Dishkiva. Thank you very much. Because I couldn't buy you a bit, CitizenCon, thanks for all you do. Thinking Man's Potato, thank you. I was a jacket potato. I was wearing my suit at CitizenCon. Thank you very much. I do appreciate everyone chatting to me at CitizenCon and the amount of drinks I was bought. And thank you very much for the continued support of the channel. It is very humbling and very awesome that I get to talk to nerds and geeks and gamers about a game I really love and enjoy. It's awesome, isn't it? I haven't talked much about the quantum economy stuff because I'm going to plan to do a video on it for tomorrow. So I will watch Tony Zerovic's panel a couple of times and then get something out. Sorry if this is already discussed. I just got here, but it seems lots of people hate the new CAC. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't like the rear engine and the exhaust of the CAC. I thought it was pretty cool still. I quite liked it. I wouldn't expect substantial changes before release, but they could certainly do some tweaks. And we'll see what they do, shall we? How's salvaging coming along? So they've been working on salvage for a while. You should see it in 2020. Yeah, refining's pretty easy for them to do. So they're putting refining stations after the cargo stations. Although apparently they could have refining terminals before that, but they want to have proper stations. They don't want to have stuff faked or placeholder where they don't have to. But yeah, apparently they're quite excited for salvaging. Salvaging tier 1 should be a bit more fleshed out than originally planned as well because of the staggered development model. What do you think of VFX of travelling through the jump point in the demo? I liked it, but it didn't look like they were travelling fast enough to be moving between two solar systems. That's true, but that's not how jump points work, is it? It's sort of like they are wormholes, so they could be 1 meter long, but take you to another point in space. I quite liked the idea of it, expected to get a lot of polish and refinement. Oh, £1,800 for a Kraken in the UK because of tax. Oh. You know what the price range will be for the privateer and the mole? I would expect the mole to be $250 to $300. That seems reasonable, right? The privateer, incredibly expensive. Do you think they will restrict the camera angle on the wormhole travel because you briefly see the wormhole from the outside? Seeing that it's a segmented sausage. I mean, it's weird that they went into third person for that, but I suppose it looks good for it. I would expect that you want to be in first person yourself. Yet some of the price increases are very, very, very expensive. That is true. Do you think we'll get persistent MFDs with 3.8? I know they're working on quality of life stuff and cockpit experience and some of the stuff for MFDs, but I'm not sure what exactly. MFD and maybe glass customization, persistence, color changes and stuff like that. I don't know when they're coming. Hey Board, did you find out at CitizenCon if depressures of ships will be implemented? They said they're using it in Squadron 42. So the plan to use it in Squadron 42. The room system has been expanded so it contains environmental data so that the place you can see behind me in Whitegrid Tech, that's part of the room system. It literally tracks environmental data of any sized area now. So explosive decompressions I still think are going to be a thing to some extent. With the law of Star Citizen getting involved, any chance the players will be offered the chance to run political positions in the UEE? I think there will be some political intrigue, not just in orgs, but in the game as well in general. They did talk about being able to elect the next Imperator, things like that. So I suspect there will be things that you can affect in-game as a player. They did talk about electing that sort of stuff. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be people and players or NPCs, to be honest, though, because I was running around as a guy, I didn't actually see everything yet. Lock CPM thank you very much for the subscription. I am going to have to dash off quite soon, though, because I'm losing my voice again, and I do want to get a video up a little later. I was planning to run around in the Expo hall, but I might do it as a video later after I've had a nap. I'm sorry, I've got such a fucking weak constitution. How will players be transported to prisons after getting arrested? So in the short term, so in 3.9, if you are in the vicinity of a bounty hunter or security person, when you basically get killed or surrender or knocked out, you will spawn in a prison cell. There's not so much as travelling and transportation yet. That should be coming later. Can you upload the prison panel? I don't have footage of it yet. It's from the second stage. CIG should upload it at some point soon. I'll try and get it before then, but I doubt I'll be able to get it before they're able to get it up. In anything beyond a shaky cam, terrible thing. I don't think you were allowed to record in there, so I didn't record those panels. Right, let's have a look here. Do they say when the economic simulation is going to be seen in game? No, but we're going to see it iteratively over patch to patch. Do you think theatres are... we talked about that earlier. Do you think the next CitizenCon will be in Germany? I think that's a possibility. Thanks for the Q&A. I will potentially get a monocle. No worries, bro. Is the Expo pack with the environmental suit no longer for sale? It's no longer for sale. Yes. They finished it on the 24th or the 25th. Any new information on Vulcan? They are integrating it at the moment and doing lots of the prerequisites for it. You should actually see a lot more in the next monthly report for it, I believe. You know about some of the types of guns that will be released? Only for the 3.8 and stuff. I was able to play with the Animus missile launcher, which was absolutely fucking great. I expect quite a lot of mods for guns in the future. Less than lethal ammunition, lots of different types of ammo. They're working on the grenade launcher with lots of different types of ammo as well. You'll be able to mod your gun a lot. And they want to do lots of types of weapons. But they don't want any weapons that are super similar. No reasons for them to just be both exist in the verse, because they're exactly the same pretty much. So lots of ones that are different for different reasons. Oh, I'm so looking forward to the Titan armor. I hope they have something by the end of the year. But was it worth the trip? 100%. Would it have been worth a trip to America? I hate traveling, so potentially not, just because of the amount of stress. But I loved every fucking second of it. Well, maybe not every second. I didn't like waking up hungover on the Saturday morning and going, I've woken up at 7 a.m. I'm hungry. I can't be asked to move. Where are my trousers? Oh, where are my trousers? That's what I thought. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty damn good. Should we have a quick once over, a quick nip through the Expo hall? So I sort of said I was going to. It's nice to, keep myself honest. What is your opinion on the wormhole and the minigame you do inside? I think with a bit of refinement, it could be pretty cool. I think at the moment it's pretty bare bones, but I like the fact that it's a bit tactile. You can't go AFK. You'd have to get someone else to pilot you or an NPC to fly there, or go on someone else's ship. So I quite like that. I think it's got potential, definitely. I mean, it looks great. It's cool. It's yeah. All the stuff I like for it to be in my hands before I comment on it. but based on what I saw, I thought it looked cool. What do you think about the half-made ships taken off the roadmap at the Taurus? They don't seem to see the light of day. I'm surprised that we have not had the Taurus this year. Very surprised. I don't know why they haven't. Will the Titan armor have treaded feet variants? I don't know what variants we're going to see with the Titan suits. It might just be the sort of like different hardpoint variants. I suppose you could have a more military one and a civilian one, potentially. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. I haven't heard of the Expo merch that you buy in game staying in your account. So don't expect it to. It might. Why not buy it? But what else have we got here? Isn't it Austin, Manchester, LA, Frankfurt, repeat? Quite possibly, actually. It's a good point. It might switch stuff up a bit for reasons. Poor Glenn. I don't mind if he can't jump. You have any more info on the Tavaran fighter? Yeah. Did a video on it the other day. Just talking about the secret ships. The secret ships of my clickbait videos. Check out that video on my channel about it. I've got 81 pages to go through there. And I just want to... Right, what we got? Let's click on this. Not 7 days to die, no. Beautiful, beautiful boy in pink. And beautiful little pink boy. Thank you very much, Minion321. So we spawn in Area 18 currently, which is great. Let me talk about some other stuff while we're going around as well. Bam. Nope, no more first flight. So there was torpedo burrito and a load of food in the marketplace at CitizenCon. They had like a whole hall with a G-Lock bar that was a proper bar, and there was a load of community booths mixed in with that. There was someone made a scaled javelin. It was mad. There was a lot of cool stuff there. They had pizza place. They had turtles. Not that you could eat. Oh my god, I'd love to eat a turtle. There was a merch store. It was pretty cool. They had all that stuff pretty cool. The stages were cool. The whole event was produced well. Sort of like, I don't think there were many problems with the streams, if any. Obviously, Chris wasn't amazingly happy at the first one when there was some problems with the VoIP and FOIP. We're just going to run to the Anniversary Expo Hall and chat about some of that stuff. I'm only getting around 30 frames at the moment, but I am streaming and I am previewing my stream as well, which is probably a bad idea. I've got 1,010 windows open. I would expect to see plasma cannons on both ships and on the ground from like the people like the Vandal. The Vandal do have plasma cannon stuff already, I think, and they like the staff that they use, I think it is a plasma discharge. So. Waiting seconds until that comes along. Oh, that's a good question. Were the water droplets on the glass a shader effect or particle simulation? I'm assuming a shader effect based on the biome you're in. Wish the Pisces had FPS mining scanners. In the future, I believe you are able to put different scanners on different ships. So, expect different types of scanners to be available for lots of different ships. Mate, I'd love to eat a turtle. Damn right. The Polaris is now hull limited. Yes. Expect to see some more ships go on sale of the limited ones on the 2nd to 5th of December. That's my expectation. They're doing the waves at, what, 2 p.m., 8 p.m. and 2 a.m.? UTC every day. Interested to see how this is affected by the V4 planetary tech beyond just the better levels of detail and less popping. Thanks for your Prism recap. No worries at all. It was I love talking to Luke Presley. I consider him a genuine legend and hopefully a friend. He's a good chap. Thanks very much, Rambo, for the love. Very much appreciated. Right. At some point, I'll do meta videos and actually learn the meta, rather than sort of like just have haphazard knowledge of it. What's the only one thing you will ever remember from this year's CitizenCon? I mean, Wormhole was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't like it, but the ice sculpture of the Carrack, I certainly will remember it. Coming first on, second then and first on my team at Theatres of War and teabagging as many people as I could in the Theatres of War game mode. While screaming, "This works as a mechanic." Just meeting people. I mean, it was amazing meeting so many people there. I love the community for Star Citizen. I mean, most of the reason why I do... the lifts are coming up. It just takes a long time. Question. What could CI do to make the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo more interactive and interesting? Now it's just old pretty ships rent bye-bye Expo. That is true. That is what it currently is this time. If they had put ships that were still in production to show, great. If they'd had a scavenger hunt, like maybe get a forum badge if you stamp all the ships in your book. If they had had some... what else could we have? If they had a mission related to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. That would have been good. So we've got Grey Cats, got Kruger, we've got Tumbrel Land Systems, we've got Consolidated Outland today. And they're not even showing the Grey Cat with a different skin on here. Just two Grey Cats. Little golf buggies. I do very much like this Tumbrel TR. It is pretty slick. You see all these sort of vehicles in the Theatres of War game modes as well. Kruger ain't got much yet. Just the P-72 and P-52. And then we've got the Mustangs. So at the moment, I find the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in-game event quite disappointing. It's great that you can rent the ships, yes, but I want to be able to see new stuff. I want to be able to come down to an in-game event and go, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I want to spend half an hour here running around, looking inside ships, looking at new ships, looking at stuff on the wall, new screenshots and pictures, things to do, things to see that I can't see anywhere else or any time else. You know what I mean? And last year had some of that. I'm hoping the Aegis event does have the Idris on show again, but maybe it won't. It seems to only be ships that they are showing or vehicles that are flyable. So maybe they'll have something special for the last few days on the 2nd to the 5th on the Best in Show. I know they got some new skins for the ships they're showing there. But yeah, the Expo, the in-game Expo event last year was much better. The sales this year are pretty solid. Like, they've got a better looking website. They're handling that pretty well. I think maybe they had less to show this year because of the focus on Squadron 42, potentially. Yeah, maybe we'll see an open air one next year. Maybe we'll see the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on Microtech or at Orison on Crusader. Yeah? That seems reasonable. Was the Gladiator not available to rent? I thought it was. I can't remember seeing it. I've always wanted a flying equivalent to the Urza. The Pisces is about as close as I can hope for. Robert Johnson, thank you very much for your ridiculous continued support of my channel. Very much appreciated. I do it for you and the love. I actually really like the Pisces CAX. I think it's a really cool looking ship. I think it's very sort of like Star Trek inspired. That's the way it feels to me. But yeah, a bit disappointed by the in-game event of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. But for new players, I suppose it's pretty cool. They can jump down here. They can rent a load of ships. Which is it's a useful thing. It's a good thing for that, for sure. Just as someone that's followed it for years, I wanted it to sort of like be for me as well. Do you think it'll... How long do you think it'll be before CIG fixes the missing Pisces problem and get the upgrade kit working properly? I don't know. Probably quite quickly. Probably before the 2nd of December. How do you protect your channel from Coppa? I don't produce content for kids. Star Citizen is above the kids sort of like price bracket. It's not aimed at children. My channel's not been ever aimed at children. I've never done content that would be considered as aimed for children. So like as long as it's 13 plus, I think you're fine. And my content is aimed at, you know, probably 18 plus for the most part. Although it's probably suitable for people under that age. Certainly not catchy tunes and animations and things like that. So Coppa isn't as damaging, I don't think. I'll have to wait and see how the wind blows, as people think are going to be to certain channels. Some gaming channels, yeah, if you're appealing to kids, largely playing Fortnite and Minecraft and stuff, maybe Coppa will hit you. But just mark your videos for kids. You'll have to think of other ways of monetizing beyond the Google ads. Yeah, very disappointing with the character delay, though wanted it for the holidays. I would have been less upset with the character delay, Robert Johnston, if they had shown the character in the Expo. So if we could have got around it, had a look inside it with how it is at the moment, and then had it featured every day. Because people would just be there constantly having a good damn look at that character, and I wouldn't be so disappointed about it. But yes, I'm upset that it's February until it's ready. It's the main concern I have, not concern, main annoyance I have with, grievance I have with Star Citizen is that it's very slow burn and they delay stuff that I really desperately want and love. Like, no, I don't want it delayed. I understand why they do it. They do want everything perfect. It's the double-edged sword of them not having a publisher. They don't have a fire under their asses to get stuff done, but they do want to do it perfectly, and sometimes that causes them to rework stuff, which is what it is. It's disappointing though sometimes. Froglings, thank you very much for the sub. Very much appreciated. Love your face. Do we have any other questions that I missed? Probably loads. But I am going to dash off in a second because my throat is destroyed. I will get, by popular demand, a sensible cut of the end keynote from Chris Roberts up. I did do a summary of that and the sort of like roadmap of Star Citizen becoming a game, a persistent universe becoming an MMO that they've got over the next 12 months. Fucking great. Up already, but I'll get the actual uncut, well, sensible cut version up. So cutting off the beginning and the end, which didn't give any tangible information. And I'll see what other panels are worth getting up. CIG should be putting them up soon as well, even from the second stage. There's a huge amount of videos. Let me go through what videos I have planned to do over the next few days. So you are aware. Nope. Yes. So a CitizenCon event summary. So I've got loads of footage of me walking around and looking at nice sculpture of character gang. And talking to people. But I'll just go through a quick... This is what CitizenCon showed. This is a little bit of tangible, interesting information. This is what I found awesome. This is what I didn't like so much. I'll do a video on answering the giant amount of questions I collected. A load of them got answered. Some of them didn't. A load of them did get answered. I will do a video on my talking with Sean Tracy and my Theatres of War experience, because I played in the first group that played Theatres of War. I got given a hat and some glasses that are apparently incredibly exclusive playing that for in-game use. I'll do a summary and in-context sort of Tony Zurovic's panel about subsumption, simulation, dynamic economy and missions, all that sort of stuff. I'll get that up. Planet Tech V4, talking about basically a compressed summary of terra firma, microtechnicalities, and some of the other panels during the day, and in context what Planet Tech V4 means, and what they're pushing on beyond that for planetary tech stuff. Maybe some cuts of the new footage together. There's potential standalone interviews I might show. I don't know how good the footage is. I haven't even looked at it. That's the stuff I want to get done in the next few days. And then there's a load of other content as well, which I'll decide as I come to it. I'll get some of the other summary, some of the other panel sensible cuts of those up as well. Yeah. So hopefully that'll be interesting to some of you. Thank you very much for your huge support of my channel. I do very much appreciate it. Those of you that do that. Oh, I love you, Garen, as well. So, have you lost the hope to see something interesting in the event floor? I think it's possible, but I'm not expecting it like I was. Question, why would CIG not have the mole on sale this week? I don't know. So it was suggested by... I thought it was going to be on sale on the Argo Day, but then Joe Ran posted about it, and let's bring it up on the screen, actually. Twitter. We'd like clarification. This has got to be the thread. Okay, let's bring this up on the screen. So I thought the Argo Mole was going to be sold on the Argo Day this week. So tomorrow, I think the Argo Day is. But Tyler came in and said the Argo Mole will not be available on the Argo Day of the Expo. You can expect it to be available closer to 3.8 launch in December. So I'm assuming that means specifically the sale of it. Okay? Because we know that the Argo Mole is supposed to be flyable in 3.8. Not before 3.8, but flyable in 3.8. So assuming that's what he meant by that. I don't know why it wouldn't be set on sale. Maybe they're just not ready for the sale. Maybe they're like, oh no shit, we need to get some more stuff done for it. Yes, they are working on various animation improvements across the board for lots of different things. Not just ships, but for characters. Hugely for characters, in fact. Did you get the info I sent you on Discord? Maybe. Probably. Possibly? Maybe. I haven't actually got Discord open. Everything crashed earlier when I was talking. Robert Johnson, guess what you can go and do? Is it fuck off? Is it go to not wake you up and go fuck off? I love you, Robert Johnston. You're one of my favourite people. Thank you so much. You're my number one man, dude, for Star Citizen. Keep on doing what you're doing, homie. Love. Sean Harper, thank you very much. I had a friend called Sean Harper. That's at Eni in Southampton. Huh. You think there are too many limited in use specific variants for ships and vehicles like the Hercules gunship versus bomber variant? No. I think the more the merrier, to an extent, but maybe not in the short term. But in the longer term, I would like that. How many days is CitizenCon? What? CitizenCon's one day. The anniversary sale is until the 5th of December. Right. I am going to dash off. Anything desperate I want to answer. I love you, board, stay healthy. Thank you very much. I'm going to have some painkillers. I'm going to have a drink of water. I'm going to get the keynote cut of the panels up. And I'm gonna nap heavily. Not necessarily in that order. I want to see a microwave gun. I want to see microwave gun. I've got one planned, so I'm looking forward to that. Flamethrower. Give me a flamethrower. I'll see how they do flame in Star Citizen. Can you imagine? The best flame effect I saw at the time was in the original AVP. Absolutely fantastic effect. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. I've got lots more CitizenCon content out. If you have any feedback for me, you can get me at contact@boredgamer.co.uk or go on my Discord. Drop me a message on this VOD, such as it is. I love you very much. CitizenCon was amazing. If I met you there, it was awesome to meet you. If I didn't, then why not? Oh, no, that was a bad idea. I will talk to you soon. You take care. Love you. Oh, no, we need to go host someone. We need to go host someone. Bam. Who else is playing Stars? Is G online at the moment? G's online. Great, we can host him because I know he wanted to go around the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Otherwise, we'll just grab. You're the worst. So me and G will be streaming together at some point soon. We've got Bad News Baron. We've got a We've got Classy Packs. These are some new people. Some big streamers. The big boys are coming along to have a look. Anyone want to see anyone particular? There's a little bit of madness on. LBM. Little Madness isn't on. I thought that was a reference to him. Who we got? Bear with me. Bear with me. You want me to host Saurus? Oh, Saurus is fucking on. Okay, no worries. I'll go host Saurus with some love. Right. I love you guys. I'm going to host Saurus. Love you very much. And I, /raid WTFO Saurus. I'm going to go. You take care. Love you very much. Peace out. I look really rough now. Just look myself in the camera. Oh, man. Love you guys. Talk soon. I'll get some more videos out. Peace.